Y'all say a prayer with us. Father, we humbly come before you. Thank you for another opportunity to share our voice. We thank you for everyone that's joining us and wants to share their voice. Please, Father, give all of us the opportunity and platform to share, grow together, and love together, Father. We ask that you bless each and every one of us, our family members, our friends, and associates, Father. We thank you. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
All right.
Time to ride.
What we looking at?
Okay.
All right. Welcome, guys. Welcome back to the podcast, what we call Comfortably Uncomfortable. I am 1/3 of your co-host, C Red. Sitting next to me is
Diva J.
Across from me is
OG, baby. OG.
Yes. And for y'all that joined us earlier, y'all heard us say that you don't want to miss this one. But before we get started, we want you to get your glasses. We want to make a toast, of course. And if you watched the last show, you remember peace and growth is what we're toasting to. So to peace and growth.
Peace and growth.
Peace and growth.
All right. Now, before we get into what we're going to call a little recap of last show, I want to go around the room like we did last time because you guys know, you see the post. This show is brought to you by Circle for Apparel. And you can also see us still rocking.
We rocking it, baby.
Apparel. So,
we all the way live in it.
go there, circlefullapparel.com. Go ahead and get your shopping on, man. Another couple months before school start. Get your shopping in, man. And as you can see, what I'm rocking is just a regular T-shirt that you can just throw on anytime, man. And that's pretty much what I did. So, you're going to see me rocking a little more, but just a little black T-shirt with the silver strip, Circle Apparel on the front. What you got, Dave?
Just a little jogging suit, Real comfortable for the ladies. Still got the swirl in the back.
Absolutely.
Always got the swirl in the back.
Always. Swirl is there. Swirl is there. What you got, Smooth?
I'm rocking actually a special made Circle Full.
That's custom.
This custom.
Custom made.
When I tell you custom.
Tell them why it's custom, though.
My brother cut something on his goddamn shirt.
Hold that foot up.
So,
no.
He
Don't
custody made. Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Don't
do
it to him.
He
Man.
custody made it for me because I presented them with
Y'all
with these.
Y'all see those.
And he said, my brother,
Yep.
I got something for you. So,
Came through.
another Circle Full Apparel. Y'all gonna catch me in a lot of this because I got a lot of it and I'm still growing. So when y'all see these few, especially coming to a city near you, because I'm gonna be in some cities on the way. It's summertime, baby. I'm traveling.
Coming, baby.
You gonna see me in these seas. So get at me. I can shoot you the link. Better yet, if you trying to really spend some money, I'm gonna shoot you direct line.
Right.
Yes.
The direct line.
Custom look. And remember, too, now, you heard what he said. He got that custom made.
Custom made.
You can do the same. I'm pretty sure he'll work with you.
Yes,
Just
sir.
contact him. You'll see him in the description box, and you see the link all the time in anything we post.
Right.
So just hit the link, holler at him.
Follow him.
He'll talk to you. Give him a follow too as well.
Yes, sir.
All right. So you see these candles right here. I know you're probably wondering why do they have candles burning with the lights on? Well, this is near and dear to us because this is the mother. The one that crafted this is the mother of Diva J here. So this is Creatively Yours candles.
Yes.
Basically, you can get this. This is a home-based company. Home-based company right here in Covington. So Creatively Yours candles are 100% soy candles and coconut blend candles. They are handcrafted in Covington, Georgia, like I said. You can shop at ESTY Shop Creatively Yours. Also, give us a follow, or give her a follow, on IG at Creatively Yours Candles or Facebook at Creatively Yours Candles. Now, like I said before, I'm going to keep reminding y'all, this jar here, $22. Cool thing is you can return that, get a discount on your next purchase.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
Can't do that with, that's $16, can't do that with it, but get the jar. You might as well go and get the jar so that way you can do your exchange.
That's right.
All right. Also, too, we just want to keep reminding you, we have a YouTube page. We want you guys to go there, subscribe, like, share, because that's pretty much where we're gonna be at.
Yes.
That's gonna be our platform, our base, our foundation. So We would love it if you just go there, you know, whenever you get time. If you don't have a YouTube page, we understand. But if you ever get one, if you got one, please go ahead and subscribe.
Yes.
All right?
Yeah.
Now, we got that out of the way. We done paid some bills, y'all.
Okay, it's
We done paid the bills.
Mm-hmm.
Before we go any further into the topic of today, let's go ahead and recap because we got a lot of static.
Yeah.
We got a lot of static about
did,
that last
we
topic.
did, we did.
We got
Yeah.
a lot of time. I mean, it was a great topic. I love the input people was giving, and it's not that we now don't get it twisted. We don't feel like we did a bad job at anything. It's just unfinished business.
Yeah, that's all it is.
That's all it is. So what we're gonna do is we want to recap on some things. And if this is your first show watching, submission was the last topic. Submission. So what we want to do is we just, like I said, just gonna touch on some things, and you'll see as far as going on how everything ties into today's topic. But I'm gonna save that. So Diva J, talk to me about the recap. How you feel? I mean, anything as far as what you feel we missed out on. I'm just gonna let you have the floor. Go ahead. I mean.
All right. So we spoke on the topic of submission, and my co-host C. Ray did a great job giving the definition of what it is, what it means. But we got to get to where it came from, and that was one thing that we didn't get a chance to touch on because you hear this word submission, 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 but where did it come from? It came from the Bible. All right. So all of my church-going family, I know y'all know the scripture well, right? Ephesians 5:22, right? If wives submit to your husbands as to the Lord, for the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church, right? All right, so keep going now. Husband, love your wives. And I need to say this again.
Please.
Husbands, love your wives, just as Christ loved the church. Just as Christ loved the church.
I was about to say that again.
You know how much love that is that you have to have for your wife?
It's unmeasurable. You can't measure it.
You can't, with nothing, right?
Unmeasurable.
But this is the part right here that I want men, listen. This is important. Husbands ought to love their wives as their own bodies. Let that sit.
Let that sizzle in your spirit.
Let that
Such a
sit.
way you
Please, please.
Yeah, that-
Husbands ought to love their wives as their own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself. That's the problem, though. We have a lot of men out here in relationships who don't love themselves.
Right.
So how can they love their wives? How?
Not possible.
You have to deal with you. Sometimes you gotta just sit still, sit in your mess.
Right. Right.
Get through your mess.
Right.
Figure out what you gotta do. Counseling, prayer, reading the Bible, whatever it is. But you gotta get yourself right.
Right.
Right? And women too.
Oh yeah.
Women out here not loving themselves, but they want their husband to give them all this love, all of this attention, all the things they need. They complain every 5 minutes. Why? You got some things you dealing with.
Right.
You might have some insecurity issues you dealing with. You might have been told growing up during your childhood that you weren't pretty or that you weren't good enough. Why some women out here doing all this stuff to their bodies and still not satisfied. Do one thing, gotta do something else. Do something else, gotta do something else.
Right.
Because you don't love yourself.
That's insecurity.
So you have to tap into that. Tap into self-love first. Because if you go through that, love yourself first, then you can probably love somebody else. Husbands, same thing. You gotta do it, y'all. We gotta stop getting into these relationships with this pain. We have third-degree scars.
Yes, we do.
I'm
For
talking
different
about
reasons, for
different
different
reasons.
reasons, yeah.
Growing up, relationships, friendships. We have third-degree scars, and we have not dealt with those scars. And it's so deep. It's so many layers that you're looking in the mirror, you don't even know who you are.
Nope.
Don't even recognize yourself.
Nope.
So how can your husband recognize you?
Right.
How can he give you what you need when you don't even know what
You
you
don't
need?
know what you need, yeah.
We gotta do better, man.
Ooh.
And let me tell you what submission is not. It's not servanthood.
Say that again. Say
It's not
that again,
It's not servanthood.
Either way.
Diva. Either way.
For
Either
man
way.
or woman,
Either
that's
way.
not-
Either way.
Yes. Yes.
It's not degrading. It's not inferior. And this is most important. It's not a sign of weakness, y'all.
Right.
I don't know why
Right.
some women feel
Right.
like when they submit, that shows a sign of weakness. You know how strong you have to be to submit?
Right. Right. A level of mental that you had to get to
Yes.
in order to be comfortable and let yourself be that vulnerable.
Yes.
Yes.
Because
absolutely.
submission requires strength.
Mm-hmm.
Great degree.
Great degree of strength.
A great degree of personal
Mhm.
strength. And also what needs to be understood is that type of spirit shows a respect to the husband.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That type
we're
of-
lacking.
Yes.
Which we're lacking.
We're lacking.
Yes.
So that attitude, that submissive attitude is going to help that marriage be more content,
Mm-hmm.
more peaceful, and you're able to grow
Mm-hmm.
Together.
together.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have the attitude that I ain't submit to him, okay, well let's wheel it back for a second then. What type of man did you marry?
Mm.
Because the signs was there.
Mm.
But see, again, you choosing from a hurt place.
Mm.
That's got you in a continued hurt place with that husband that you don't want to follow and submit to, but you chose him.
So the energy off from the jump.
From the
jump.
jump,
From the jump.
he's going to change.
Mm-hmm.
I can convince him to change.
How
No.
many times you
Oh, I
done
can
heard
Oh
that?
my
Change him.
goodness.
Oh,
Oh, I
I
can
can
change
change
him. No, you
Yeah.
can't.
I could change.
No, you
him.
can't.
A grown person.
No, you
won't
can't.
change. Okay.
I could change him.
It's damn near impossible to change your
Yeah.
kids. How the hell you gonna change a grown person?
Let me tell you how change happens. Through actions, right? So when that husband or when that wife sees a difference in you, they're going to want to make a change. But if you're coming negative, they're going to come negative.
Yep.
If you change that negative to a positive, they start like, well, dog, he or she sure is changing. I got to change my attitude, check myself.
Right.
Because I'm coming at this person like this, and they're responding with love,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Because they're at peace.
Love gonna take that darkness away. You understand? So we have to start changing ourselves first if we want to see change elsewhere.
Yes.
Okay. Last point. I don't want women to think that being submissive means you're a yes girl or you're a doormat.
Mm.
First of all, no real man wants a doormat.
Nobody.
We dang sure don't.
No.
We don't
real
want
man
nobody we
wants
can walk
doormat.
over on.
No.
We can.
I need you to check me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
listen.
Check.
There's an issue.
Check me.
Come to me with that
Yes.
issue.
Right.
Hell
Because
yeah.
let me tell you, a real man is gonna be very open to hear what you got to say.
Very
He's gonna
open.
respect what you
Yes.
got to say.
Yes.
And a real man is gonna acknowledge and he's gonna do what he needs to do to correct anything there is.
That's right.
So please,
Yep.
say what you got to say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I totally agree with that, D.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. What I am not is whatever you like. Still hopping on one leg 30 years later, barking like a dog.
Talking about who?
That's the Bill
Right.
Cosby.
Right.
That's not me.
You see, he didn't
That's
even
not
choose.
me.
He didn't even choose her.
No.
He
He
ran
didn't even
for her.
choose her.
Great example.
He said that ain't what he
What he
wanted.
said? What he said? He wanted to
said,
find his wife.
Yeah, he wanted to find
Strong,
his wife. Strong.
partner, supportive,
That's it.
loving tone,
Mm-hmm.
loving tone,
Because he ain't want the
respectful
wolf.
tone.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
listen, women, y'all gotta get together. Men gotta get together too, but we biblically, we're their real.
Yes, sir.
We're their real. We can cultivate whatever we want in our home. We really run the house.
Period.
Let's be clear.
Period.
I think at some point in our lives, some type of condition in order
Yes,
for
yes.
that person to feel like you love them or like them or care for them.
Well, let's be honest though, Diva J. We come into a situation. Let's just say me and you just met tonight, and I'm talking about I'm trying to holler at you.
Okay.
We come into a situation with conditions,
Okay.
meaning that if you don't look a certain way, I'm not even going to try to approach you. You know what I mean?
Oh, I need to touch on that too. Go ahead.
Or if he doesn't drive a certain type of car or make a certain type of money, I'm not even going to talk to him. So the conditions are there when you come in the door. I just feel like what we're supposed to do, and this is what we talk about. Y'all heard me say playing that 82 game season.
Yeah.
When you play that 82 game season, that's when you're shredding the conditions. As you're going through that, you're shedding those conditions because, again, you're walking in the door with those conditions. It's human because you have your preference.
Right.
So those are conditions by themselves. Your preferences are conditions. Once someone meets that, okay, we can move forward to the next level. But again, what you just touched on is extensive because those are the type of people that don't have the ability to shed it because it's a part of them. It's part of the personality.
I need to touch on that preference
Yes,
part.
yes.
I'm not saying that you should not be attracted to to the person that you're with, right? But, and I'm gonna speak from a honest place. I used to have that list. I used to write down what type of man I was looking for, right? Physical. Had to be 6'2" and up. Had to be athletic. Have an athletic build. Certain type of hair.
You're just boxing yourself in.
What?
Just boxing. Just
I mean, I
Physical
had,
numbers
and
up.
every time I went out and dated somebody, that's what I was looking for, and I got it. I got it,
Of course.
but I didn't get it. You understand? I got it, but I didn't get it.
Right. Right.
So we have to sometimes shift. When you grow, you have to shift.
Comfort zone. Get out
You
of
have
there.
to shift. Okay, maybe my man who is 4 minutes gonna give me what I need not gonna be 6'2". He might not be athletically built. Okay, he might not have a beard, even though my man has a beard. But he might not have a beard. You know, it could be different things. But I had to shift and change my mindset because I was being shallow. Because what God sends you, it might not be in that physical form of your preference.
Speaking.
Preach.
It might not be in the physical form of your preference. So y'all
Preach.
men looking for these bad
Preach.
bodies. How many bad women have you had? Where's it got you? Where's it got you?
Nowhere.
Y'all still single? Oh, okay then.
Yeah.
Nowhere.
Oh, okay.
Still looking to
Okay,
chase.
y'all still single? All right.
Woo! Preach.
Okay, and women too. Y'all want a certain man, but y'all gonna find the same man because you're looking from a hurt place,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
With them 3rd-degree scars,
Yes.
and you keep getting the same type of dude. Shift. We gotta shift. We have to grow. We have to start writing out our list from a deeper place. What's your top 5? What you looking for in a relationship? Not physical.
Yeah.
Because when you attract to somebody, you're gonna be attracted to that person, and sometimes the attraction comes from within.
Yes. Yes.
And you get to know somebody, and
Here.
all of a sudden the attraction comes,
Here.
and he ain't nothing like your preference.
But that mental drive you crazy.
Say
though.
that again, Diva. Say that one
Okay,
more time.
you sit there and talk to that person, and now you attracted because of what's in here and what's up here. Now your preference in the garbage.
Absolutely.
Okay,
And you're a
Shifting.
fool if you don't throw it in
We gotta
there.
shift, y'all. We gotta shift. OG, you got something to say about that?
Well, I'm a.
Talk to me, OG.
I'm
You
a
got-
kind of.
Don't step your lip
No,
now.
no,
Don't step your lip
no,
now.
Kind of shift a little thing.
You the OG of the show now.
Shift it.
I'm
You
gonna
OG,
put the
do what you
little
want.
devil on the shoulder for
Go
a
ahead, be
minute.
devil's advocate. It's all
Kind of
good.
go ahead and get this show rocking.
Okay, let's go.
Yes. Throw that grenade.
My opinion, my opinion is that today's relationship only consists of conditional love.
By choice or what's
I'm not going to necessarily say it's by choice, which that could be part of it, but I'm going to just say it's by society and what is presented to our youth, and I call youth, that's why I'm the OG of the show.
absolutely.
It has really changed the game. Honestly, and we got to be 100 on this show.
Let's
Do
go.
it, please.
Honestly, y'all, you take any relationship or any marriage, regardless to what, it has a condition. And let's keep it real. It has a condition.
Come in with them, like I said.
You come in with them, and I agree with what you said earlier, see everybody dropping off. But to be completely 1,000, it don't shed that skin completely. Because every relationship and marriage has a condition to where I'm with you up to this point. Meaning, I could be in a relationship, but if you do such and such and such, I'm out.
Is that lifetime talk though? Is that
Bruh.
lifetime behavior? Is that go pick out plots behavior? Because that don't sound like we going to pick out plots.
It's not lifetime behavior, but I'm going to touch on that when we get into the unconditional part.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's not lifetime behavior because things have changed as years have come and gone. But right now we're actually trained conditioning. Be honest with you. We've been taught to have a conditional mindset. That's why all relationships are conditional. We're not looking at it really. We're not looking at it as that. But if you really sit down and evaluate it, and because we can lay it down to this here. You and Diva J could be in a relationship. Y'all could be so quote unquote in love and everything. But you know what the condition is for Diva J to leave you? If you cheated.
Oh no, oh, let's talk about that now.
Hold on now.
Oh, hello.
Hold on now. Don't ring the bell yet. Hold on now. Let's not.
Y'all heard it.
Yeah, let's
Y'all
not
heard
go
it.
too far. Let's not go too
Y'all
fast,
heard
too
it.
far.
Y'all heard it.
I
So-
got something to say about that. Though.
Okay. So
I need to make
So
sure.
I'ma
remember
say
that, so
this.
we
No,
got to come
I
back
don't
to
get-
that. Okay.
So I'm gonna say
I don't
this. If it's not cheating, it's something. It's something. And that's for men or women.
You saying there's a deal breaker?
There's a
in the
deal
equation.
breaker in the equation just about in every relationship or marriage.
And that goes for man and woman.
That
is
goes
what
for
you're
man
saying.
and woman.
Gotcha.
I'm just being
Do y'all
one.
agree with that? Tell me. Put it in there if y'all
Please,
agree with that.
if y'all don't agree with it, send questions, comments. We can elaborate, talk on it. You know, y'all vibe in with us. And it's my opinion.
Please.
It's my opinion.
Because it sounds like Diva J will go into a situation with no deal breakers. Now, let me say this, Diva J, before you touch on it. I'll say this. If we're going to get married, and this is my opinion, there's no deal breakers with me as long as you keep me in the loop. Meaning, you remember me and y'all, we was talking back there when we was doing the pre-show prep and all that, and I was telling y'all about the way I love unconditionally.
Correct.
And no matter what, and if you can come to me and tell me whatever, as long as you keeping me in the loop, there's no deal breakers. As long as I know before the action. I need you to give me the words before the action, not the words after the action. You can give me the words before the action, before you go take place in whatever you're trying to take place in, because I can swallow it better. But I can't swallow it. I guess I could, but I don't want to swallow it if you come to me after the action. So if you come to me before the action, then Chris, I'm gonna say this: there really is no deal breakers with me, and that's if we can stay in that loop. But again, that's a lot for me to ask.
So before we go to Diva J, I'm gonna put my brother C Rizzo on the spot.
Talk to me.
So again, my brother contests to the world. For him, there's no deal breakers. Trust me, I respect it and I admire it. And that's what a marriage should be about.
You hear the
Key
vibes.
word is marriage. That's what a marriage should be about.
I hear death when I hear it. So death do
And,
us
that's
part.
what that's what it honestly supposed to be.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
You're in your relationship or your marriage. Everyone has a pet peeve, everyone has a dislike. Your significant other keeps doing something you dislike. Whether it's finance, whether it's infidelity, whether it's being an alcoholic,
Just anything, yeah.
anything. Now we ain't gonna say anything. Because there's some things that's anything, and there's some things that's major, like how you said earlier, deal breaker.
Fifth degree.
So we're gonna talk about the major stuff, because anything, trust me, you can get past that.
Yeah.
But we're gonna talk about the major.
The category 5 shit.
Category 5. So, you talk to your spouse about finances, and this is what needs to be done. I need you to stop doing this, stop doing that. But every single week, everything that you're talking about what we don't need to do, you continue with seeing done. Y'all have a joint bank account, let's just say $30,000. You got your own personal account, let's just say $30,000. Now, before you know it, that $30,000 in the joint account is down to $2,000.
Don't you say it.
You only touch, let's just say maybe a $3,000 of it, but you got a trail of your $3,000. You kept your spouse an account of what you was doing. Your spouse doesn't keep account of what she's doing. Now, you as the man, you start to dig into your personal. Now your personal get down to $30,000 or get down to $2,000. Okay? Does it get to a point with you to where no matter what you say, no matter what you do, no matter what you have done, to where you have to start looking at a different picture? I ain't gonna say a bigger picture, a different picture.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot at stake.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So my question to you, does it get to a point to where you ever feel you gonna say no mas?
Well,
I gotta tap out?
what you have made me realize, OG, is if you think about it, what I just said is basically a condition.
Mm-hmm.
I said that if you keep me in the loop, there are no conditions.
But if, okay,
So that really is a condition. So if you keep me in the loop and you come to me and like I said, if you giving me the words before the action, you know, that basically, if you think about it, essentially that's a condition.
Gotcha.
So what you just made me realize is there are conditions that no matter how you slice it, because that is a damn condition. If you know what I mean. So really, there's no way around it because what I just said is null and void because, again, simply what I just said is a condition. So what you just made me realize is that really all the way around the board, there's no way. Conditions are gonna be
Gotcha.
there.
We have a comment or
We
question?
got a comment or question.
On YouTube, Jackie Mosley said a deal breaker is a boundary. It's very necessary or else you'll get walked over. So you just
And that is a
confirm.
condition.
Deal breaker.
But that is a
That is a
condition. as well.
condition.
Yes.
That is a condition.
And what y'all saying is true because we have some conditions to some degree, but we were honing in on this type of conditional love where you specify you love me if you do this. What you're saying makes sense. But when you come from a selfish place, you want to control your spouse
Right.
and saying that you only love them if
Right.
those conditions aren't healthy.
Right.
They're not.
Those are not the relationships you want to be in.
You're exactly right.
So I think, not taking away from what OG said, he's right, but in terms of what we're talking about, those type of conditions, we should not be in those type of
Absolutely.
relationships.
The petty conditions.
Yeah, we should not be with somebody who's judgmental.
If he ain't gonna give me
needy,
enough money
threatened,
this
jealous.
week, yeah, jealous. The petty
Those,
conditions.
yeah, those
Okay.
type of
Which is why you
conditions.
gave the rundown.
Correct.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
right. So let's go on to unconditional. We have any more comments or questions about conditional?
Go ahead and just.
Oh,
post
and
it
this
down.
PSA, we need y'all to start sliding over to the YouTube channel
Yeah.
because we're not going to be on live on Facebook and Instagram much longer, but we're going to be on YouTube for the duration of the show. So
Yep.
soon we're going to be
Oh,
shutting
yeah.
down these other social media platforms
Yep.
and only going live from YouTube. So start to shift over there, please. That was a
All the way
PSA.
live.
And subscribe, like,
Subscribe, and share.
That's all we ask. That's all we ask.
Let's get into this unconditional love,
Yes.
what we don't get enough of.
Yes. Or we don't know how to
Or don't know how
give
to.
enough of, or
Okay.
because we've never seen
Yep. Because where's it supposed to start though?
it.
Where does unconditional love start coming into the world?
You mean as far as from a biblical standpoint?
Or your
No, just
parents.
your parents.
Yeah, your parents. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what
what
that's what you're
yeah.
supposed to learn unconditional love.
That's one of those things where they say you're not racist. You were taught racism.
Right,
Yeah, it's one of those.
right.
Things. Yeah.
So if we don't see it in our home and we're not experiencing from our parents,
Mhm.
it's a problem, right? Okay. So unconditional love, there is no sense of I will love you if, or I will only love you when you behave differently.
Mm.
This love is without conditions, without limits, without barriers.
Mm.
So there is no I will love you if, or I will only love you when you behave differently. There's no sense of owing or repayment. That's unconditional.
That's the one right there.
That's unconditional. There's no repayment.
You
But it's
dishing-
love.
You
I don't owe
divvying
you
out.
nothing.
You divvying out your love
Yeah.
because you looking for something back. But that yes.
So when I give you my unconditional love, you don't owe me nothing in return. That's unconditional.
Because I'm doing it straight from here.
Straight from here. Love is given freely and without cost. Unconditional love is not an exchange, it's an offering. Unconditional love is not an
Whoa.
exchange. Because when you love somebody unconditionally, they don't always give you that back.
That's what I was just
It's an
about to ask you.
offering.
I was just about. I got
It's an
to
offering.
ask you about that, but go ahead.
But-
I gotta ask you about that.
This is the key thing right here I highlighted. We must learn to unconditionally love ourselves.
Yes. Yes.
That's key.
Not just love yourself, but unconditionally
And
love
I think
Unconditionally
that's
love
where
yourself.
it starts first.
Yeah.
Yes.
Before you can go
Before
seek
you can
anything.
Expecting unconditional love
Yeah.
outside of yourself.
Mhm.
You have to unconditionally love yourself.
Absolutely.
And that's real big.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so
That's
with
real big.
and to go back to the list, so with the unconditional love list, they're selfless. They're rooted in soul. Soul. They seek freedom. No unrealistic expectations. They're non-judgmental. They're already complete.
Before they got to you.
They already complete.
Before they got
They
to
already
you.
complete.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They don't have to worry about being threatened because they're not. They're not needy and they're secure with self.
Yep. Go on out. Go on take that girl's trip.
Yeah.
Go on take that girl's
Go
trip
ahead.
with your girls.
Yeah.
Go on out there.
So what y'all want to
I
say about
got
that?
it, kid.
Who want to go first?
Well, I'm gonna say this.
Okay.
I'll go first, OG. Kid, you mind?
No,
I just want to touch on a
ahead.
couple things. What you just said.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote down one statement, or I wrote down a few, but this one here particularly touched down. It said, most of us desire to be loved unconditionally, but are not built to produce or return that same unconditional love. So I think that basically is what you was just touching on. So you remember when I said I needed to touch on something? Do you feel though, if I'm giving you some unconditional love, or if I'm ready to love unconditionally, and I'm with somebody that I feel like that they don't know how to do so, do you feel that we should only date or wait on someone that, like you said, is already there, that is has the ability to produce that type of love, versus me giving that love to someone that doesn't reciprocate it because they don't know how to, because they don't even know how to give it back? So I wrote down that because I said, we should, what is that? What did I say? To each his own. Just date your own mindset.
I was about to say to that point, you would have seen that before you got married though.
True. This is true. You should have seen that before you got married.
I mean, unless they had their representative on,
Yeah.
the whole time.
Which is what happens.
It does happen.
Yeah.
It does happen. But
Absolutely.
you should have known and gotten to know that person to know if they can give you the love that you need before you even walk across that altar.
But you know the clock has more priority. And what I mean by the clock is people look at the clock as, okay, I'm this age and I need this to happen before I get to this age. So I need to hurry up and get married, or I need to hurry up and have somebody. So the clock actually takes priority over what you just said. So a lot of us go into these situations and go into marriages or relationships not knowing if that love that they're giving us is unconditional, because we don't even care. We're on the clock. You know what
But
I mean?
whose plan is that?
It's our plan. You mean as far as
right? When you say clock is ticking, that's your plan.
exactly? That's what I'm saying.
That ain't God's plan.
Exactly. I was just about to say
Because
that. Yeah.
that might not be in the works for you.
You got to serve your purpose, right?
You gotta serve your purpose.
What if it
you
ain't?
gotta do everything
Yes.
happens in time.
Church. Yes.
And that's another problem. We go out there trying to write our own book, baby. Your book already written.
But then on the back end, I say, God got everything planned out for me.
That's
My
it.
life already planned
Right,
out.
right.
But then here you are talking about you got to be this,
You try
that,
to
and a
plan
certain
it out.
age. Yeah. But you
write
say
your
God
plans
got.
down.
That's why I say some Christians will contradict the hell out of themselves
Yeah.
because you'll sit there and
Write
say,
your plans down.
I'm trying to I'm writing. There's no script to life. There's no script to. You can't
Right.
go out and try to love somebody that's loving you unconditionally while you giving them conditional love. It's just not going to work. You have to be a little bit more patient and wait on that person that is going to love you conditionally, just like you love them conditionally. You know, and that person that loves unconditionally has to wait on that person that loves them unconditionally.
Right.
That I think probably is the biggest problem, because we don't have enough patience. We on that clock. We say the time ticking. You
gotta pray for discernment.
Yes.
Because you gotta be able to know
Yes.
what's good, what's not good, what's wasting your time, what's not wasting your time.
Patience will give you that. Time will reveal
Oh, yeah.
that.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you just be a little patient, you know, and I ain't even telling you how to live your love life. I'm talking about get into that mental.
Yeah.
Dig into that brain. See what type, because you got to think, if you're going to bear children with this man too, you better know what type of mental he got,
Exactly.
what type
Right,
of mental he's
producing.
capable
Exactly.
of. You don't want to produce
Producing.
another one.
Exactly.
Exactly. So you don't want that. So,
Yes.
and we don't take the time to do that.
Yeah.
We really don't take the time
No,
to
we
do
don't.
that. So, you know, I just wanted to make sure I touch base on that, because I got a few questions here, but OG, I'll let you go,
And I ain't forgot about that cheating thing. I'm coming back to it.
Yeah, we better.
Okay.
We better. We
Nah,
better.
get into it right now.
Oh, let's go. You want to go into it now?
Right now.
All right.
We might
All right,
as well.
so let's talk about this right quick. And I know I'm going to have a lot of comments
Please give it
against
to 'em.
this, but guess what? I'm
Give it
Jay.
to 'em.
I don't care. So listen. When a man cheats, now let's talk about the unconditional love part.
Hold on.
Yes.
We only got 10 minutes, y'all.
Oh, we got 10 minutes.
We're going to YouTube.
10 minutes, 10
my
minutes.
phone going dead. I can tell y'all. My shit going dead.
Yours
Excuse my
blacked
language.
out.
My shit going dead.
Nigga, I don't know your password.
Oh, you
So,
should
you know,
T19.
look.
Shut that thing on.
So look, y'all go to
10
YouTube.
minutes.
it's all,
Go
it's
to
all
YouTube.
good. We about to
Pass
shift
it.
over.
So yeah, so 10 minutes. We shutting all this down right here. We're
Yes.
gonna still
We
be
on
on
YouTube.
live on YouTube
Come on
until
to
we finish the
YouTube.
show. So
Like,
please go ahead and go
subscribe,
there now. Go
and
there
share.
now.
Vigo, do we have any questions for Diva J? Do we have any more questions?
Any questions right quick?
Nah, I want to hear what she
All right,
got
go
to
ahead.
say.
Yes. 'cause
All right,
I-
so
listen to that.
listen. And women, I need y'all to hear me. No, I need y'all to listen. Don't hear me.
to comprehend.
I need y'all to listen. I want you to just sit back and listen to what I'm saying because it makes sense. Don't get defensive. Don't get in your feelings. I don't past experience. I need you to listen.
Mhm.
When you're married, talk about unconditional love now. If a man cheated on you, that's not a reason to leave that man. I'm gonna say it again.
Ooh, you
They don't want to hear that though.
You about to get cut.
They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that.
Ooh.
I ain't got
hold
no
on.
money to
That-
fan.
but let me
That
get-
phone out to blow
I need
up.
a fan, what?
Can I say this? Can I say this though? Can I say
I need a fan.
Can I
Yes.
say
You
that
know
goes
you
both
get-
ways though?
Yeah.
It goes both ways.
You know, you getting that girl, you crazy as hell.
Yeah.
Boy.
And listen
Yep.
now, I'm gonna let the men speak for themselves.
Okay.
I'm speaking to the women right now. Okay? So, and let me tell you why I say that. By no means am I saying that you should stay with a habitual cheater.
Right.
A man who doesn't respect you,
Thank
a
you.
man who is not trying to better himself and change his ways. Not saying that. But what I am saying is your man has told you you're not giving enough attention. You're not being attentive to his needs. Y'all not making love enough.
You ain't grabbing them ears.
You're not fulfilling his love language of physical touch.
Mm-hmm.
He done told you that.
Mm-hmm.
But you still going about your merry way. Taking your girls' trips, buying your bags, and doing what you want to do.
Being
You too
content,
tired.
Being content.
I'm so tired, baby. Not tonight.
You don't even want to toot it up.
Not
No,
tonight.
you don't even
I
want to toot it up.
The kids.
No tooting?
No, I don't do none of that.
I need the toot.
Tomorrow.
Just toot it.
Then tomorrow becomes
God
2 weeks. Wait,
damn.
tomorrow becomes
Ain't
2
gonna be
weeks.
too many of them twos.
Yeah, you're right.
Ain't gonna be too many of them twos.
I can go for
I
two
can
months.
get
2
one,
weeks a
yeah,
month.
once or twice.
Yeah,
Let me get
yeah.
a
A month
my
though.
chest,
A month.
and we go to sleep.
Yes.
But listen, ain't gonna be too many of them
Yeah.
twos.
Listen.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to fold you in a minute.
Exactly.
Listen,
Ain't gonna be too many of them.
Them 2 weeks turn to 2 months. Them 2 months turn to 2 years. So when that man goes out and cheats, and you find out, you want to call him every name but the child of God.
Mm.
You're going to fault him for everything. It's his fault. He dead wrong. He wrong.
That's true.
But I need you to look at you. How did you contribute to that man cheating? I didn't say you made him go cheat. I said you contributed. So we have to be humble
Wow.
and look at self. He did tell me I wasn't giving enough attention. He did tell me he needed more one-on-one time, quality time, and I ignored him. Listen, we human first. Just like if you told your husband that he wasn't complimenting you, or you like flowers but you never get them,
Mm-hmm.
or you like quality time but he ain't with his boys all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and you go to work husband, you go to work, okay? You got that man who compliments
That workers is doing
you every
everything
single
you
day.
do. Mhm.
Every
All
day.
in it,
Bring
yeah.
you flowers.
Yeah.
They on your desk when you get to work.
Talk to him. Talk to him, Diva,
Okay.
please.
So we're human. Human nature is you're going to gravitate to that because it's lacking at home.
Mm-hmm.
So what in the world you expect that man to do? He gonna gravitate to that woman who's giving him what he needs. So all I'm saying is before you pack your bags and call that man out his name, go to the table, figure out how you contributed to that, and if you contributed, you need to stay. Stick and stay.
So,
Period.
Stick and stay. Go to counseling, whatever you gotta do to get it together, but that's not a reason to leave that man.
First, take accountability.
So
You gotta take accountability.
Take accountability.
You gotta take
first.
accountability.
And that goes for man
Yeah.
and woman. Take
Yeah,
accountability.
you wrong. All I'm
Period.
saying is we always ready to sign dotted line
Right,
when a man cheat.
right,
It shouldn't be that cut and dry.
Right. Especially if we done built some.
Yeah.
You know, we done built all of this and we got things going on. Like you said, there's for a fact you got things that you contributed to me going
Right.
out and being human.
Being human.
Because I'm not even going to, let's just say stop cheating. It's about being human.
Being
You
human.
can't give me none for 3-4 nights a week for 10 years straight. And then you all of a sudden stop and don't expect me. You expect me to break the tradition too? Just because you broke the tradition of 3-4 nights a week don't mean I got to break it.
Right.
Well,
Because get what I'm going to do is go down the street.
right.
I'm gonna get a 20-piece flat for little old. I'm gonna
Not
get 20
flat.
and take it right on over to the little scallywag. I ain't even gonna go no further, but you see where I'm going with that. Like I said, what I said last show. What you gave the 3 women example. I'm going right on over there. Going right on over to Keisha.
Right.
I'm going right over there to Keisha.
Keisha.
I'm going right on over there. So again, just understand this goes both ways, fellas.
Right.
That's all I was gonna touch on. I know you need.
Yeah, OG gonna say something, but before he say something, we can go ahead and shut down Facebook.
Bye.
Please go to YouTube right
YouTube.
now, our YouTube channel, and we're gonna finish the discussion.
Yes, you too.
But we are closing out Facebook and Instagram now. Please go to our YouTube channel. It has been posted on my page, on C-Red page, and
Yes.
OG page. Go there, click
Just
the
hit
link.
the link.
Click the link, like,
Subscribe.
subscribe, and then you'll see us live on YouTube right now.
Yep.
So,
Absolutely.
adios social media. All right,
We here.
OG.
Well, I hate to be the devil advocate.
Be
of the show.
that. Be that. Be
That's
that.
what we want.
Be
That's
that.
what we want.
Be
That's what we
that.
want.
Be that, OG.
So it like again, it all ties in, and great analogy, great segment of the cheating. I think it was well needed to be expressed.
Yeah.
I think women need to hear that, and men need to hear it as well,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
because it goes both ways.
It does.
Bottom line, though, it does go back to our main topic for tonight: of conditional, unconditional love. I know there's a lot of women, because I know you started directing it towards women.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of women are probably saying, well, he should have unconditionally, not allowed himself
Ooh.
to be put in that position.
Wow.
I promise you.
So we perfect now.
Whoa.
Listen here.
We perfect now.
Whoa.
I'm walking in perfect
I'm
shoes.
gonna keep it real. I promise you.
all right.
Based upon what you
But-
said, I promise you there's
But
some
you
women
heard
out
what she
there.
said, though. It was something that she wasn't doing, though.
But I'm telling you,
You're right, though. You're
There's
right.
some women out there.
You're right.
I'm just
exactly
piggybacking off what my sister,
you're right.
my sister Diva J said.
Yeah, I got
There are
you.
some women out there that he should have unconditionally, because we gave a definition of
Yeah,
unconditional.
we did.
We gave all what unconditionally consists of, right? Well, he should have unconditionally, and I'm gonna be rigged raw.
Please do.
He should have unconditionally sat his ass down
Touch.
and just maneuver through whatever the hell he needed to maneuver through. What I was doing shouldn't have pushed him
To slang
to
no D.
slang no D.
Oh, hold on.
I'm just, bro.
You're right, you're right, though. You're
I'm keeping it
right.
real.
Hey, I need
and
the fans getting hot in here.
this is where some mentalities go,
Yeah, you're right.
whether it's right or wrong. But it also goes back to my point where I said there's conditions in every relationship.
Yeah. This is true.
Because however you put it, there's still conditions.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I just realized that. I just realized
Or
that.
there's
deal
still
breakers.
conditions.
Yeah.
Or
Deal
deal
breakers,
breakers.
yeah.
Yeah.
Deal breakers is however you want to chop it up. So I agree with you 100%. Even from a man's perspective, we have to truly look at ourselves in the mirror when things are done. I think we lose the fact that we're all human.
Yeah, yeah.
We're all human.
Especially us men losing
Yes.
without a woman. We
We're
really
all
do.
human.
We put them too high on the pedestal.
We put them too high and we expect our women not to do certain things. But in the process of not expecting our woman to do certain things, we're not providing certain things. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So when certain things do
Yes.
transpire, as far as men's perspective, when certain things do transpire, we got to look at it in full face value, man. And we got to take everything in consideration. So if we do catch our woman cheating with another man, we got to say, okay, maybe it was something I wasn't doing.
Cause y'all be quicker to leave than we do.
And
I was
you're
just about to
absolutely
say,
right. Because
Y'all ain't
and I
trying
want to touch on
y'all
that.
ain't
You
trying
took
to
the
deal
word.
with
And
it.
I want to touch
You
on
took
that.
the word.
And I want to
If we
touch
feel
on
like
that.
it's been tampered with,
Y'all the ones that need this for real.
if
And
we
I want-
feel like it's been tampered
And I want
with,
to touch on
we're
that.
running.
And I want to touch on
Don't be
that.
quiet.
And that's a key point.
When he
Because,
done, I'll be talking to you.
because as a man, as a man,
Arm and hammer.
as a man,
Okay.
we feel that we've been violated to a point of no return because our pride and joy has been touched by another man.
Is that ego though?
And that's why I was
Go ahead, my bad.
You,
We on the
you,
side.
you took the words right out of my mouth.
Like I told somebody this week, I am your understudy.
Yeah. You took the words right
I
out of
am
my
your
mouth. Because you know,
understudy.
brother, we done had these
Yeah,
conversations.
Yeah.
As a man, our ego get the best of us.
Yeah. That's true.
And we don't sit and think. We react. And then what's crazy is we'll react and be like, hell no. Get up out of here, she can kick rocks, this and that. But as time goes on, we start to say, well, you know what? I really should have sat down and we could have had a conversation.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Because if I could have just, as a man, addressed what I wasn't doing, what I wasn't bringing to the table, it goes back to that main word that I said at first,
What's that?
consistency.
Yeah. We need that.
We
need
got to
that.
understand that that's what our women need. So when we fall short on that, and men, don't feel bad, we all do it. I'm going to raise my hand because I've done that. And still probably have done doing it. You know, we have to learn.
I didn't know.
And we have to stay consistent. And we don't realize how
Pet
much,
peeve. That's a pet peeve.
we don't realize how much consistent we have to be.
Yeah.
We feel we can do it for a month straight, 2 months straight, 3
Yeah,
months
absolutely.
straight, and we Gucci.
Yeah.
Nah.
I got her.
Nah.
We got her.
Because I'm laying the D too.
Exactly.
Nah.
And the problem,
Nah.
and that's our biggest problem. We feel the D gonna control everything. And what we not realizing and understanding that, man, the dick don't control. Like I say, the dick has its points, it has its time, it'll get you through a week,
12 to 24
12
hours.
to 24 hours, possibly a week. You know, if you with your significant other, you married, it'll get you through a week. But if you dating,
12
like
to
C
24
Rizzo
hours.
say, get you between 2 to 24 hours. And
Expiration.
expiration date.
Right
It has
And-
an
on.
expiration.
If you got something to ask her, you better ask her within the
Yeah.
We gotta realize,
No.
Yeah.
we gotta realize and understand that it takes more. Just like as men, our women has to understand it takes more for us as well.
Yeah.
So we have to really, and I say really, men and women understand that if something like that transpires, we do have something to play in that.
Yeah.
And we do have to take that accountability. And I ain't saying that give that person a pass, because that ain't the case.
Yeah.
Let me clarify that.
Yeah.
That don't give your significant other a pass
Right.
just because of you lacking or you falling short to go cheat.
Because that's subjective.
That-
It's very
Right.
subjective because it's all
Exactly.
about what you've been through. That's
So I want to make
Right.
that clear.
Right.
But if it does happen, it happens because it's been a long period of time on both parts. And then we have to take accountability.
Yeah.
And with us taking accountability, there's an issue to where it can be worked through.
That's right.
That's where the unconditional love comes into play.
That's right.
This is true.
And don't be throwing it back up in each other's face
Nope.
either.
We got to move past
When
it.
you say I
Absolutely.
forgive you and I'm gonna work with you through this, not saying that because the trust has to be built. Now that's gonna take some time. But if that man or that woman is doing everything that they're trying to do to be better and to prove and to gain your trust back and
Right.
all that, and they're doing the necessary steps. When you get in your feelings or you get upset at him about something else, don't
When I fuck up
or
again.
her,
When I
him
fuck
or
up
her,
again.
right? Don't throw that up.
Yeah. Because I'm going to fuck up again.
Because that's not forgiveness.
Right.
That's
Right.
not forgiveness.
Right.
You can't throw it up in
Right.
their face.
That is so true.
But
You
that's
cannot do that.
conditional. That's conditional.
Right, but what I'm saying is that that's not how it should be.
And you're absolutely right.
Yes.
If I forgive you for cheating on me, and we're going through
Absolutely
counseling,
right.
everybody's been accountable, your part, my part,
Mhm.
and we're both working towards doing our part.
Mm-hmm.
If I get mad at you for something, I don't need to throw that back up in your face because I decided to move on and get
Yes.
through it with you.
Right.
You can never get through it
Right.
if it's a constant reminder
Right.
being thrown in their face.
Because you made that decision, right? You
I made the decision
right.
to stay. Right.
Right.
Stick and stay.
Exactly.
Stick
Stick
and
and
stay.
stay. That is a
Stick
that
and
is a
stay.
term you're gonna hear again. Stick and damn stay.
Stick and stay.
Stick, stay, and sustain. You're gonna hear all them words, I promise you.
Mm-hmm.
So back to, I mean, what I know it was my time to talk on unconditional.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion,
You always start with that, don't you?
I have to.
Talk to him.
In my opinion, at this day and time, I feel unconditional love don't exist.
Mm.
Shit is non-relevant. Let's keep it 100.
Mm.
It doesn't. And that's with both men and women. It don't exist.
Did it ever? Because the way you describe it,
I'm glad you said. God damn it, Rizzo!
I'm
God,
your study.
dog.
Sensei. Wax on, wax off, man. Wax on. Shit.
And I'm gonna give
Thank you,
this.
son.
Yes.
I'm gonna give
Thank
this
you.
point to our women, and this point is really for our women, and why in today's society it has changed to where unconditional love don't exist.
Mhm.
So my brother asked, has it ever existed? Yes, it has. You go back into time, our women was raised back in the days to love their man unconditionally. And I'm gonna explain to you
Mm.
because we've been touching
I know where
on
you're
the
going
cheating.
with it.
Yeah.
I know where you're
We've
going.
been touching on the cheating.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Men, back in the days, we can go out there, we can slang D. Not only in our neighborhood, the next
Worldwide.
neighborhood, worldwide, man, we can have 5 or 6 different families. And that 5 or 6 families can be directly on the same goddamn street.
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen it.
And,
I've seen it.
and our women would know about it. But you know what? We can come home every single day to that same household. And that woman won't judge you.
Mm.
That woman won't crucify you. That woman will literally, she may have 3 of her own, take them next 6 that you done had outside of wedlock
Mm.
and become a mother to them same 6.
Mm. Seen it. I seen it.
That's unconditional love.
Woo!
Now,
Dang.
I know that some people, artists, some people gonna feel, hell no, they gonna call that stupidity. But as you ask, has it ever existed? And back in the days, it did. Now, moving forward, society has come in and I don't want my woman to feel this is attack on y'all, but if you just kind of can understand where I'm going with this. Society has come in and attacked our women. And when I say that 82 game season is nonstop.
Mm. Yes.
That's true.
It just because we got
still
the
gotta play that
championship.
next
Yeah.
season.
Nigga, you got another season.
Yes.
Every year is a season.
That's true. That's true.
Every year is a season.
That's it, there, brother.
And what happens
it,
is we get seasons because I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care who you are, what you are. I don't care what sports you play, bro. You not gonna win the championship every season
Every
Right.
year.
because
yes.
we basing it on using that theory on that.
Understand.
We're not gonna base. We're
Understand
not gonna
that.
win a championship
Yes.
every season.
Yes.
Right. Right.
So you know some seasons you might go 0 and goddamn 82.
Yeah.
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 But those seasons that you go 0 and 82
And
that
didn't make the playoff.
and
Yeah.
didn't make the playoff, that comes from either spouse. It's a change in either spouse.
Mm. There's a change that has occurred.
There's a change that has occurred. There's a change that has occurred in the marriage or in the relationship.
Mhm.
So, with that change, some people can adapt,
Mm-hmm.
and some people can't.
This is where the conversation comes into play,
Yeah.
because it may just be a conversation away
And you're
from
right.
being resolved.
That's
and you're
true.
right.
That's
But
true.
again, that kind of falls over to the unconditional side,
Yeah,
because
this is true.
I might notice you change, but because one spouse still has conditions,
Mm.
I'm conditionally can't understand or not willing to respect that change.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's a fine line. It's kind of a fine line. And why I say it's a fine line, because a lot of people stop at the championship and don't realize
Another season.
there's another
Right.
season coming,
Right.
and every year is another season.
It don't stop.
It
Yeah.
don't stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta make it through
don't
the season
stop.
every year.
Every year.
Every single
And every year ain't gonna be a
for
championship
life.
year. For life.
Until one of
And-
us bury each other. Until one of us put one of us in the ground, this shit don't stop. We have to continue to build. We have to continue to sometimes reinvent ourselves. And when we do reinvent ourselves, like you said, that could be the change. That could be where that
Because
person.
you gotta grow.
Exactly. It could come from just growing.
Growing.
And if you choosing not to grow with your spouse, that's your fault. But if you do choose to grow with them, then you may have to go back and do some reevaluating and learn how to love that person again, because it's a new person.
Yeah.
You may have to. I'm not saying that may be the
Yeah.
issue, but sometimes you may have to learn how to love that person again, especially if that person has grown up, if they went through a traumatic time in their life and they made it through. That person is a different person now, so you may have to actually reevaluate not only yourself, but your relationship, and learn how to love that person again. That's what Chris was talking about. That's going into next season. Every team goes into next season
Right.
saying, what do I need to work on to get better?
Right.
And that's what you got to do in your relationship, knowing that, okay, we won the championship this year,
Right.
but what do we have to work on to get better in order to give us the best chance of winning the championship next year? And like Chris said, it's unrealistic to think that you're going to win the championship every year.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
unrealistic
Yeah.
to think that. But you still got to go in with the mindset of, we're going to win it. Because if you come up short, then okay, boom, let's go into the evaluation season. You don't just fire your coach, or you don't just you don't see teams just getting rid of their best player because of a bad season. No, we're gonna go into the evaluation process, and we're gonna see where we came up short, and we're going to fix those things. So
And it's nothing wrong with falling in love again.
true,
You can fall in love 10 times in a
which
marriage.
is why you have vow renewals, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right. But as you grow and you learn, you can fall in love 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Yes.
10 times.
Yes.
And
Yes.
you know, Chris, to OG's point about he doesn't feel or think that unconditional love exists, I beg to differ. I think it does, because you have marriages out there that have sustained.
Yes,
They've 30, 40, 50, 60 years in.
this is true.
You talking about dying together, one die,
Yeah.
and the other one die right behind that person.
Because they can't live
They
without.
can't live because they have worked through all the obstacles.
I
They
agree.
have said, I'm going to stick and stay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get through this with you. I'm going to love you no matter what, and we're going to work through it. So there are some marriages, and that's where I think that we all need to be. Our mindset needs to be that. It needs to be, I need to, again, not saying be abused, not saying be disrespected. What I'm saying is, if you have a willing partner
Yes.
who is putting forth the effort to grow and change,
Yes.
then that marriage is worth staying in.
Yes.
You gotta
Yes.
stay in. You gotta stick and
Yes.
stay. You gotta get through those humps and those obstacles
Not only the
and
marriage,
make it through.
friendship too, because you
Oh,
gotta
yeah, y'all
remember,
gotta be friends.
you're friends with that person first, or you should be.
Should be.
You should be best
Yeah.
friends with that person first.
Yeah.
And if you're best friends with that person, everything D. Jay just said is going to be easy for you.
Yeah.
It's going to be easy for you to revert back to, because best friends is the
Going back to the basics.
that is going back to the basics. It's
Yeah.
taking that husband and wife cap off.
Yep.
Because when you take that cap off, what do? We take out the judgment.
Mm.
We take that judgment out of the equation.
Yeah.
We become best friends again.
That's for another.
Yeah. My bad.
We can really get deep into that.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah,
can. We
yes,
can.
But that,
can.
you know, that's kind of why I said, you know, in today's society, and you're right, there are a lot of marriages that go on 50, 60 years. But those marriages that are 50, 60 year ends of an old school
mentality.
mentality.
Yeah.
And that's the mentality that I touched on, you know, and it starts with our women. And I'm
Yeah.
gonna keep it real with it. those marriages that are 50, 60 years long, man, our women held that up. And let's keep it real.
Yeah.
And let's keep it real at 100.
Yeah.
And I'm not finna sit there
We done
and
seen
allow
it.
them.
We
Yeah.
done seen it. We done seen
I
it.
ain't finna sit there and
That's
be
true.
like the man can take her. No.
Mm-hmm.
The women have held that marriage up.
Yes.
The woman took the brunt of the
They're
punishment.
real.
Mhm.
They're real.
They
was-
came out
was-
dirty.
and was-
They came out dirty.
And there was that rib. And I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you what makes it deep, real deep. That woman sat in that paint for so long. She went past 3-second violations,
Yes.
but she knew once that man get to this certain point, because ladies, I'm gonna be honest with you. We don't come to the table already polished and established. I'm just keep
That's
shit
true.
real with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Even if we goddamn marry you,
Mhm.
we still not polished. Every year goes on, we shining.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? We that diamond, and every year we got the air pressure because there's things we're learning.
Right.
And women learn things and adapt to things 10 times faster
Right.
than men.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Which is
So
why
just
they
to touch
mature.
on what Diva was saying, and she's absolutely right. But just in today's society is why I say unconditional love don't exist.
We gotta
Because
change that.
that's been chipped
Gotcha.
away.
We gotta change that.
And not only been chipped away by our government, it's been chipped away by our women. And I'm not picking
I know
on our
exactly.
women.
I know exactly what you're saying.
But what I'm saying, because
With the help of the government.
the help
you're
of
saying,
the
yes.
government,
Because they told our women
And-
that if you're tired of our man, if you're tired of your man, come on down to the
come on
office.
down here. We're going to take
We got
care
some
of you.
cheese for you.
You
We
don't
got food
need your
stamps.
man.
You don't need, because let's be honest, the reason our women put up with most of that shit back in the day, excuse my language, but the reason they put up with most of that shit is because they didn't have the opportunities that they have today.
Yes, there you go.
They had to actually be that housewife. And if they did get a job, it was something that didn't pay much, or
Didn't pay much.
It didn't
And
do
they wasn't there that long.
Yeah, and it was something that was very simple. But now, our women, their whole demeanor has changed
Yeah.
because now they're in position to take care of things on their own.
The CEOs, the business owners,
Yes.
they all of that.
Well, that's why we have to get back to the blueprint.
Yes, yes.
We have to get out of that mindset of, I don't need a woman, and I don't need a man.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
We gotta get out of that mindset. See,
because it's not true.
we have to shift. Like I said, we have to shift as a community. Because we can have that unconditional love. We can have that.
Mm-hmm.
And again, women, men too, but women, like I told you before, you can have the man that you want. You can have the man. You can get a man to do whatever you want him to do.
I was just gonna say, Diva.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't got nothing to do with between your legs.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. Because
Ding,
see,
ding, ding.
when you get that man what he needs, he gonna want to do for you all the
Easy.
time.
The urge.
It's not gonna. It ain't gonna
Easily.
be nothing.
Nothing.
Mhm.
Nothing. So we gotta be in check of ourselves.
Absolutely.
We have to change our mindset and shift and grow. Come out of that old mindset.
Yes.
Okay, stop listening to your negative Nancy's.
Yes. Yes.
Think for yourself and move forward. And I
Yes.
promise you, they gonna gravitate to you because ain't nothing like a confident woman stepping in a room.
I promise you that.
Ain't nothing like it.
she
So once we
gonna
get it
control
together, they gonna get it together.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And
Promise.
vice versa.
And you know that's actually a little topic coming up what you just touched
Oh
on.
yeah, oh
You
yeah,
know, so
oh yeah, I know.
We're gonna definitely talk about
Oh, I
that.
know, I know.
I got a question for y'all though. And
Okay.
This is one thing I wanted to ask, and I want the audience to chime in too on this question. And I think this is a question we need to ask before we actually, get out of here, get out
Okay.
of this topic. But does the amount of love or the way you were loved as a child affect the type of love you produce?
Yes.
I think so too.
Yes, but again, like I said, we have to change that. So if how you were brought up plays a big part into the person that you become, right?
Exactly.
So if you were not hugged, if you were not kissed, if you were not told I love you,
Mhm.
when you get in that relationship with that person, because you were not brought up in that environment,
Feel awkward.
you don't do it.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you can't learn how to do it.
Hmm.
Because, again, growth. If you stay in that same 12-year-old body,
Comfort zone.
right, and you bring that 12-year-old mindset to that relationship because of what you experience at home, then you're never going to grow. You're never going to get that person what they need, and you will not get what you need.
Right.
But yes, I do think that our backgrounds, our upbringing has a lot to do with how we develop into the grown folks that we are. But we need to just realize, okay, because I had to do that because my household wasn't a very touchy-feely. Like my family wasn't, they'll tell you they love you, but they'll show you.
Right.
It wasn't necessarily said a whole lot. My family wasn't gonna hug you a whole lot,
Yeah,
kiss
that
you a whole
affection
lot.
part, yeah.
Now if you're going through something and you crying, they gonna hug and kiss you all day, right?
Yeah.
But it wasn't something that other kids experienced. What it was always, I love you, touch you, hug you.
Yeah.
So I had to learn how to be more touchy-feely.
Yeah.
I had to learn how to say I love you more,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because I wanted a different environment for my relationship and for my children. Now my children tell me they love. We say we love each other before we leave each other
Right.
and hang up the phone.
Right.
Every conversation,
Because they absorbed it.
right?
Yeah.
You have to change what you want, right?
Yeah.
So we can't continue the cycle. If you want a loving household, change it.
Absolutely.
Be the example you want.
Yeah.
And I learned that in my previous marriage because that was something I needed to grow in. I needed to grow with being more affectionate. I had to grow with saying I love you. I had to grow. And that's the only way we're going to change our communities and our households moving forward.
Yeah.
We have to acknowledge it first
Yeah.
and then change it.
Absolutely. Take
So let me-
accountability.
Let me say this. Again, my opinion. I feel the only thing on the face of the earth that is loved unconditionally is children. Children could do no wrong in the parent eyes, and regardless to what wrong they do, we're gonna still love them.
Yeah. Absolutely. Be there for
We're
them.
gonna still love them.
Yep, that's true.
Now, to touch on the question you asked, I kind of bring a different element to the podcast because I think I'm the only one on here that was brought up in a two-parent household that still has a two-parent household today. So for me, growing up, I honestly saw unconditional love. Like, knowing but not knowing, I know my old man was hell. I'm just keeping 100.
Right.
I know my old man was hell. But I also saw my mama hanging there. Hanging there. Regardless to what. And the thing about it was crazy, I promise you, man, I never saw my parents argue. I never saw my parents
They
show
took it to the bedroom. They
whatever they had any
whatever.
different. I promise you, man, out of my 40-something years, I'm like a woman with my age. My 40-something years of living, I promise you, I might have saw my dad raise my voice just somewhere in towards dealing with my mother one time. So whatever issues that they dealt with behind closed doors.
That's deep.
So
Yes, it really is.
it's deep, but again, I saw that, and part of that is with me. So a part of that allows me to be patient in my relationships. But
You absorbed it.
I absorbed it. But today's society has forced me to be conditionally patient. Y'all following me?
I'm
I'm
following
with you.
Are y'all
I'm
following me?
I'm with you.
I'm following you.
I
So
didn't
this
expect that.
is so this is why I say in today's society and how things are being portrayed and how things are being spilled within the TV shows we watch, radio,
Yeah.
all this stuff
Yeah.
here. It has, and I'm gonna be honest, corrupted everyone's mind to an extent,
Yeah, absolutely.
including mine.
And the devices that we're
The devices
on
that we're on.
constantly, yeah.
That we're on. So I have that unconditional in me. That unconditional is what I truly want.
Right.
But also going to a statement y'all made earlier, you also have to find somebody that has that same unconditional value. Because if you don't, because if you love somebody unconditional, somebody loving you conditionally, shit gonna fail. I don't give a damn
Right.
how long it go.
That's the truth. That's true.
But I think we have to within today's society find a way to ignore the trauma that is being set on us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it is.
It ain't going nowhere.
It ain't going nowhere.
Right.
Yeah.
And we have to find a way to say, to like block it out.
Yeah.
Because that trauma is what is causing us to place conditions on our relationships or
Yeah.
marriage.
Professional.
I'm keeping it real.
I suggest professional help for all of us.
But even if we get professional help, there's still conditions.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
There's still
Absolutely.
conditions.
Yeah, yeah.
And the thing about it is, what we're not understanding is, we can preach unconditional, but our conditional love is being displayed, whether it's man or woman.
That's true.
And when it's being displayed, it's making that significant other take a turn.
So hold on, Chris. With that being said, last question then. It led right into it. Gotta ask you. Gotta ask you and Joy. You and Diva J. Can love or relationship last a lifetime under conditions? Can it last a lifetime?
That's a good question, and I'm gonna say yes or no.
Hmm?
I'm gonna say
Please
yes.
explain. Please explain.
I don't know if I say yes or no, or I say yes. But I'm gonna start with the yes. I might not get to the no, but I'm gonna start with the yes. And I'm gonna say yes because it goes back to your statement to where you said, if I'm kept in the loop. So conditionally, we can say, and this is where we have to put this on condition. Conditionally is, babe, I'm good as long as this.
Right.
Babe, if you provide me this,
Right.
babe, this is what I expect. However you want to line it, those are conditions.
Yeah.
Those are conditions.
This is true.
So, if I'm in a relationship and I'm saying to you, babe, this is what I need. I need this in order for us to either get to here or in order for us to continue winning. And you say to me, babe, I need this in order for us to win, in order to get to that.
Yeah.
Those are conditions. And I think a marriage can survive conditionally, because I'm gonna use this as analogy for me, because this is what I'm going to do in my next marriage. Each year we gotta come into the table.
Round
December 31st,
Yeah.
nigga, before it get 12 a.m.,
Yeah.
we finna sit down. No
Evaluate
kids,
the
no
time.
nothing.
Yeah.
We're gonna evaluate this past year.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say to you, babe, tell me what you need. Tell me what you
What you
expect.
need from me. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Tell me what you need from me. Tell me what you expect. Tell me what I can do differently. And tell me what I need to stop doing and remove.
After the 82 game season.
After the
y'all
82
played,
game season,
You're in the office now doing evaluations.
you in the office now doing evaluation,
Absolutely. Watching film.
watching film.
Mm-hmm.
So, and those are gonna be responses are some conditions. Because if I continue to way away from what you expect, then I got to expect there's going to be consequences down the line.
Yeah.
I don't care if it take a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Eventually, there's going to be some consequences.
Absolutely.
So, to answer your question, I may not got to the no, but I do feel yes,
It can't last long.
it can last.
A
Long as,
lifetime though.
long as the communication
Yeah.
leads to comprehension.
And see, I agree with some of what OG said, but when you bring stuff to the table, you're just being open and honest about what you need. You're not saying that you doing this proves you love me. That's the condition part we was talking about. Let's not
Yeah.
confuse the two.
No,
You're
you're right.
exactly
You're
When
right.
you're
right.
conditional, you're
You're right.
saying
You're right.
if you love me, you'll do this.
Right.
No. What you're doing is you're coming to the table, you're being open and honest about what you need to give your partner the opportunity to give you what you need.
Right.
You're not saying at that table, if you don't give me this, I'm leaving. Because this is showing
True.
you love me.
That's true.
That's not what
True.
you're saying.
That's true.
That's true.
What you're saying is 2 or 3 months down the line,
That's true.
you come back and say, okay, now baby, I asked you this 2 months ago, now I'm still not getting it.
Right.
So it's not conditional to the point where you're leaving. You're just giving that person the blueprint to what's going to make y'all marriage successful.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the same thing as what's on this paper.
Right.
Your conversation should not lead with, now listen, now you love me, I need all this in 30 days.
That's
And if
the
I don't
issue.
have it in 30 days, I'm out.
Yep.
That's not what we're talking about.
I'm glad you clarified that.
Yes.
That's not what we're talking
Yeah, I'm
about.
glad you
That needed to
clarified
be
that.
clear.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a difference.
Yes.
It's
I'm
a
glad you
difference.
clarified
Big
that.
difference.
Yeah, it's a
I mean,
difference.
monumental difference.
Yeah.
Yes.
You gotta compromise. You
Yes.
gotta come to the table. You gotta compromise. And if you're not getting what
So
you
what
want,
about
come
3
back to the
years?
table. Man, we've been right before. Let's go ahead and do the business highlights
All right.
and get up out of here.
Yes. So,
So you
look, I want
fine.
y'all to chime in. Y'all see this? This is deep. This is something that we have to do, guys. We have to have these type of conversations. I hope it sparks some conversations in your bedroom with your spouse. I hope y'all can talk about this, go over this. You know, understand what type of love you're
Open
getting.
mind, yep.
You know, learn how to love each other unconditionally. You know, if y'all have found that you be honest with yourself first.
Right.
You know, be honest and ask yourself, am I being loved or am I giving unconditional love? And try to train yourself to get there. So, you know, chime in, leave comments. We're going to get to them. We're going to definitely go back and forth with you guys. Before we get out of here, I do want to ask, is there any question? Vigo, you had anything you wanted to add to this?
No.
Anything else y'all wanted to add?
Y'all did a great job.
Thank you.
Well, I sure appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you, my brother.
Before we get out of here, first, I want to say, remember, CircleFullApparel.com. Shop. Yes, Kreativelyyours candles. Make sure you shop there as well. We're going to get into the business spotlight. Now, to give you a little background on the business spotlight, if you guys got any businesses that you actually have out there, because we kind of are randomly going to do this, but if you guys get in our email, which is ComfortablyUncomfortable@gmail.com, you send us your businesses, man. We will put you in the business
Shout you
spotlight.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll shout you out because this is all this is. We want to shout you out, and we want to just give black businesses a platform to kind of elevate.
Right.
Elevate with us.
Right.
So our business spotlight of the night is called Knotted Up Neckwear. Now, Knotted Up Neckwear is definitely something that I felt like was when I did a little research, I felt like it was definitely something, like I told you, David, it was genius. It's something that probably is not tapped into as far as a market. But Knotted Up Neckwear was created in 2010 when the owner, Wendell Jones, saw the need to arise for quality yet inexpensive bow ties. Now that's bow ties, y'all. Bow ties. For the kids now, he has the juniors. He was purchasing expensive neckwear from the large department stores for $50 and up. Never having sewn before, he went out and purchased a machine and cut up some old fabric, and thousands of ties later, he's still pushing them out over 10 years later. Over 10 years later, y'all, this black man has been in business and tapped into a market that we didn't even think of.
Right.
Okay? His product has adorned celebrities and red carpets throughout the years, so much that he became a stylist and assistant to some of those celebrities. This led to a spin-off called Knotted Up Concierge. Knotted Up Concierge shops, runs errands, and takes care of everything that one may need taken care of. Now, I think that's the part I really was like, he was thinking way ahead of his time.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
I don't know if y'all just heard me. He said shop, run errands, and takes care of anything that you can come to mind.
Yes.
And that's Knotted Up Concierge. So it's two sides, y'all.
Yeah.
We got Knotted Up Neckwear with the bow ties, and if I'm, correct me if I'm wrong, but when I went on that website, I seen more than just neckwear.
It is a lot.
So y'all check it
does a
out.
lot.
Knotted Up Neckwear. So the Knotted Up Concierge just offers different services, and y'all check that out. It's also on the website as well.
Yes.
Contact him at www.knottedupneckwear.com for ties and styling. Contact him at www.knottedupconcierge.com for concierge services. All right. So that's our business spotlight.
Y'all support my brother, my possible brother-in-law.
Wendell Jones.
Wendell Jones. Y'all support him.
Yes.
I mean, my brother got the tie and the knots on lock.
On lock.
I done watched his videos because sometimes, I ain't gonna lie to you, I forget how I got that tie.
Hey.
So I go to that pose, boom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So y'all check my brother out. He got some real fly stuff.
Appreciate it.
And
Appreciate
y'all order,
it.
man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Order.
Appreciate it.
Yes, make sure you check them out. And remember too now, all of the sponsors that you heard in the business spotlight will be in the description of the YouTube.
Right.
Check it out. Everything that you see, just like the last video. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, moving right along, y'all know if you watched last show, you know we gave some flowers. I don't know if y'all got y'all flowers.
I'm ready.
Got your flowers together, see smooth. We're gonna go around the room, and what this is basically for is just giving those flowers while people are still here.
Right.
That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, DJ, who you got?
Jeffrey Sellers. That is my uncle.
I don't think you understand the importance you played in my life. Trying not to get teary eyed.
No, no,
It's all
no,
good, man. Do what this show for.
no. Yeah.
Me, I understand. It's okay to cry,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Let it
That's what
out.
we here for.
Yeah.
Let it out.
Straight
Well, I
up.
got through mine. I ain't gonna have to
Straight
shed
up.
a tear.
For real. That's what this for.
You gotta let them know.
Mm-hmm.
They gotta know.
My brother, you are my one.
Mm-hmm.
You are my everything. I can come to you about any and everything. I thank you.
Yes, sir.
You have truly helped me become the man that I am today. You have truly, I could say help raise me, but I'm going to say raise me. Without your guidance, without your talks, without your experience, because literally, you know, with me being a little brother, I'm watching a big brother, and I'm learning.
That's true.
So without your experience, man, I promise you I wouldn't be nothing. So I thank you for being you. And I thank you for helping you be me. I love you, bro.
What's his name again? Name again?
Steve
Steve
Raymond.
Raymore.
Steve.
We love you, Steve.
Love you, bro. Alright. My flowers will go to, I gave them to my mom and my sister last show. I'm going to give them to my stepmom, Frances Robertson. I'm kind of like Chris, man. This woman stepped in. She helped me get through the most important years of my life, which was high school.
That's tough.
Yeah. I moved with my stepmom and my dad. She stepped in, man. She did everything that she needed to do to provide, I guess you could say, a level-headed kid. Because that's all you really can ask for from a kid, just a level-headed kid.
Right.
So I want to thank you, Frances Robertson. Thank you for everything. I've never told you that as far as on this platform or anything this big. I just want to make sure you get your flowers while you're still here.
Yes.
I love you.
Yes.
Will always love you. I learned a lot from you. And I'm always here for you. Thank you. Frances Robertson.
Thank you, friend.
Thank you for Francis.
Yes. Alright, so
All right.
in closing,
Yes.
I want to go back around the table to make sure we clear our throats. Of course, we've already decided when we're going to come back at y'all again, which will be on June 22nd, I
That's
think
it.
it was.
That's
June 22nd,
June
8 o'clock.
22nd.
That's on a Tuesday now. Not Thursday, not Wednesday, not Monday. That's on a Tuesday.
Tuesday.
We're going to come back at you at 8 o'clock. We're not going to reveal the topic just like we did on this show as well. But let's go around the table. No, I don't need to clear the throat. Anything else you got to say? Anything else we need to address?
We have Jonathan Ashby.
Okay.
Forgive me if I said it wrong.
You said it right.
But he has a lot to say, man.
Yeah,
I
let's
think
put it out there.
we need to hear what this man has to say.
Okay.
Please put it
So
out.
first he said, LOL. You know, so many unrealistic expectations in relationships.
Yes.
We rush into them and keep our guards up. We don't deal or address the issues. We don't heal. We don't do the work.
And that's why we're here.
Yes.
We
that's
gotta
it.
we gotta put the work in.
Don't heal. We're here to heal.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
here to heal. We're here to make sure that you heal before you step to him.
Right.
Because that's the important part, what you said. What's his name again?
Jonathan.
Jonathan. That's the important part, is the healing part.
Yes.
The healing part has to come before anything else. You got to heal, and
Third degree.
you
scars.
got to.
Mhm.
And they're going. You
Third
got to
degree.
remember,
Gotta heal
the
from
scars
it.
are not going to disappear just like this scar on my arm.
Right.
Gotta heal
You're
from
going to be able to look at it, and it's
Right.
going to remind
Right.
you.
Right.
What happened?
Right.
You gotta heal from it.
But you gotta heal, because if you don't heal from it every time you look at it, it's gonna hurt the same.
Right.
It's gonna hurt the exact same.
Yep.
So what we're concentrating on, like Joy said, or Diva J said, is the healing process.
Healing process.
Before we do anything else. If you do that, I promise you everything else will probably be more seamless for
Right.
you. It would. It definitely would.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the next thing he said, and God is nowhere to be found in our relationships.
100% correct on that, my brother.
And that's why they're failing.
You 100%
And that's why
correct
they're
on that.
failing.
Yes, sir.
We can't change each other. Only God can.
Yes.
We have to do a better job of leading by example,
Yes.
praying for our spouses.
Yes.
We
Yes.
have to want to change for ourselves.
Yes.
And let me.
And we done took God out of it. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Triangle, baby.
Just a higher
You
power,
done took
something
God
that
out
you
of it.
believe in.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
You
yes.
cannot. You gotta keep them in there.
And let me touch on this. John is a real deep brother of mine.
Ah, okay. What's up, John?
Hey.
I ain't know that. Okay.
So, I know I'm the OG of the show. But let me tell you, God has put me in places and in position and surrounded me with people that are not just wise,
Yeah.
but also are spiritually connected.
Yeah, brother.
And I'm going to tell you what's crazy. A lot of these brothers are younger than me.
Mm.
And my brother John is one of them.
Mm.
He is a very deep and spiritual man. To be so young and so wise is incredible. He also has a podcast himself.
Mm.
And if y'all don't believe me, John, I'm not sure exactly what
Put it in the chat.
Oh, yeah, put it in the
name
chat.
is.
Put it in the
Please
chat.
put it in the chat,
Yeah.
and we're going to read it right now. And y'all can go to his podcast. I might be wrong, but I think it's on Thursdays as well, or Tuesdays, one of the two. And he's very spiritual. So y'all check my brother Jonathan Ashby out on his podcast.
Drop it in the comments.
Drop it in the comments. He gets deep. He gets deep to a point to where he's talking to everybody. He ain't just
Yeah.
male or female.
It's a universal
It's
language.
universal,
Oh, yeah.
universal language.
Mm-hmm.
So John, you still on? Please drop it in the comments so we can.
We'll put you in the description, bro.
Oh, yeah.
we
Oh,
can
yeah.
go ahead and let people know your podcast, day and time, and they can also receive a lot of great deal of positivity
Yeah.
from a spiritual standpoint, because again, a lot of things that we touch on, you touch on as well,
Yeah.
my brother. Trust me, I'm listening. I know sometimes I don't hit that button to where it clicks to you actually see I'm viewing, but trust me, I'll be viewing.
Sound like a future guest once we get.
Most
That's what it
definitely.
sound
bro.
like.
We in this
most
together.
Yeah,
definitely.
that's what it sounds
We
like.
in this
And
together.
he was one of them.
Yeah.
Trust
Yeah.
me.
I was
Yeah.
already
Most
thinking
definitely.
that.
Yeah.
So
Gotta have
most
them. Gotta
definitely.
have on the
Sound
show.
like a future guest.
Most definitely.
All right now, y'all.
So yeah, we appreciate that. We appreciate everybody for tuning in. If we don't have anything, if our hearts are clear, our throats are clear, we will sign off. We're gonna go have a couple more drinks and enjoy ourselves.
Watch this basketball game.
Watch this game.
Yes,
Yes,
Trying to
yes,
get
yes. So we're gonna get there, but we thank you guys. We thank you, Diva Jab. Thank you.
Thank y'all. Love y'all.
OG Smooth, I thank you.
Yes, sir.
We thank you.
Thank
Vigo.
y'all for y'all support. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Easy.
June
We
22nd.
thank you, bro.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
So,
June
Thank you.
22nd. Next
June
show.
22nd,
Tune
baby.
in. Tune in. Y'all have
Yes.
a good one.
Hey, Glock, we thank you.
Oh,
We also,
right quick.
right quick, trust me, we do not want to forget these brothers. We're going to bring them from behind the scenes.
Behind.
Oh.
Come on out. Come
Put 'em
on
on
out.
the spot
Come
in.
on
I
out.
We
wasn't
gonna-
ready.
No, I know you weren't ready.
Look, y'all know Vigo.
Right quick.
Y'all know Vigo,
we
but
have to
we got-
let y'all
yes.
go